Hey, what's up? 100% rye sourdough bread. Not just super healthy and loaded with flavors, but also so freaking easy to make. So if you never made bread before, this is a good recipe for you to start your baking journey. Let's get into this, shall we?
Alright, first thing first, let me show you my starter. After being into the fridge for 48 hours, it's look like this. Bubbly and super active. I can even use it straight into my recipe. I have 25-gram starter, 25-gram rye bread, and 25-gram water. Mix everything properly. It should be ready in 3 to 4 hours. You can put a rubber band to see how it rise. Meanwhile, bring a medium-sized bowl. To that, I'm gonna add 100-gram rye flour, followed by 100 milliliters boiling water. This might act like udane in my recipe. Mixy. Should be something like this. 3 hours later, my starter look like this. Let me show you this way. It's super active and rise 3 to 4 times. Smell quite nice though. And this is our mix after 3 hours. To that, I'm gonna add 200-gram rye flour plus 50-gram wheat germ, followed by 7-gram sea salt and teaspoon of honey. Last but not least, 70 grams of my active Levain. While mixing everything together with the help of a spatula, I'm gonna add 200-gram water to the mixture. Mixy until there is no more dry spot. Something like this. It's look like a thick cake batter, but don't panic, cause we're not gonna need it. Just bring everything together with the help of scraper. Once you had something like this, go ahead and let it ferment. It's that simple, my friend. 4 hours later at 25 degrees Celsius, the dough feels a bit puffy but not that much and rise about 30%. Sprinkle little flour. Again with the help of scraper, I'm going to bring this bad boy on the surface. Keep in your mind that the texture of this dough is completely different than any other bread you made. I don't want to knead it, I just want to create a little bit more tension. That's it. Just try to bring it together. Now flour it up generously because this bad boy is super sticky. Transfer it into the Benetton. You can let it proof on the counter for 1 to 1.5 an hour, which is the best for this kind of dough, or transfer it into the fridge and let it proof overnight. Meanwhile, I'm going to preheat my oven at highest temperature with an upside down tray. You can also use a Dutch oven. It's quite easier. Bring your baking paper, transfer the dough on that, and we're gonna let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes. Why? Do you see those beautiful little cracks on top of the dough? This is gonna open up during the baking and create a beautiful artwork. I also preheated my cast iron pot, transfer the dough into the oven, and cover it up with the pot. So if you don't have Dutch oven, this is your solution. Let it bake at 230 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes. That's what I'm talking about. Lid off and bake for another 25 to 30 minutes. It takes a little bit more than normal sourdough. After baking, let it cool down on a cooling rack. The ideal temperature should be something around 190 to 210 degrees Fahrenheit or 88 to 99 degrees Celsius. I mean, look at this piece of art. The bad news is you still need to wait. To achieve the maximum flavor and ideal texture, you need to wrap it up with a kitchen towel and let it rest for 24 to 48 hours. Of course, after 6 to 7 hours, I lost my patience and I'm gonna try this bad boy. Oh my god, if you know, you know. Don't worry about compact crumb because this is the character of this bread. But if the crumb feels super sticky and wet, you did it wrong. But of course it feels a bit moist. Nothing wrong with that. Now my favorite part, tasting time. I wish you could smell it. This beautiful bread tastes like nothing else. It has its own unique, beautiful character. You need to try this. Keep baking and take a good care of yourself.